All right.
Okay, very good. Got the event here, so. I call the planning board meeting for September 19th, 2023 to order at 6:03. Okay, first item is pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance
To the flag
of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, very good. Public comment. Do we have any public comment on subjects other than what we are discussing this evening? Not seeing any, I'll move on. I just want to mention you're allowed to report the meeting. You just have to let the chair know. Okay, next item is minutes for 9/5/23. You were sent them, I think they're on the website. Do we have any additions, subtractions, corrections? Not hearing any, okay, I have a motion to accept as printed. Do I have a second?
Yeah.
I have a second. Again, do we have additions, subtractions, corrections? If not, I'll call the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Mr. Gould signifies aye, and the chair votes aye. Okay, they're accepted unanimously. Next item is we have a young man, considering the board makeup a young man, which is Thomas Liao. Liao. Kind of like the cat Marlin, but Liao with an L. Okay. Good, Mr. Liao, please sign in. And what's your line? Let me guess my name. Okay, now I just want to mention that this position has been open since middle of June, when Derek resigned. According to the town charter, 30 days from the Board of Selectmen have 30 days to appoint a member or somebody to take that position. If within those 30 days after the Board of Selectmen have been notified, and they were notified in approximately mid-June that the seat was vacant, the board itself has the right to appoint somebody to the position if they so feel like it. So it doesn't have to go back to the Board of Selectmen. That's according to the Town Charter, Chapter 7, Section 8. Okay, Mr. Liao, please let us know what your interest is.
All right, well, as I talked about when I was joining the selection committee for the new town manager, I've been in Winchendon for over 20 years, and I'm now retired, so I actually have some time, so I'm interested in taking a more active role in how the town of Winchendon operates. And to be honest, I really know nothing about what this board does. But as an alternate, I thought that I'd have some time to learn about it, figure out the sorts of things that are going to be important if I'm going to be a contributing member. And then when, by the time that I'm needed, I should be able to join in and be a productive member. So that was my basic thoughts about my interest in joining this board.
Oh, very good, thank you. Do any of the board members have any questions of Mr. Liao? And considering the age of the board, you could be needed at any moment. appoint him, or we can just recommend him, or, and send him to the Board of Selectmen, or we can just tell him to go pound sand, so, what is the board's pleasure?
I think that the selectmen should appoint. I don't mind supporting it, but, and I don't have a problem recommending it, but, I think the town specifically says that they have to be, it's appointed by the board.
No, well, it says we can appoint it after 30 days. Of course, it's the Board of Selectmen.
I don't ever remember the story, not that.
Shall I read it to you?
Yeah,
Okay, very good. That's why I brought the big book around.
well, it's okay, I like to be right.
Okay, but also, I would like the Board of Selectmen charter. Here we go, charter. Section 7, Section 7-8, vacancies in office. Whenever a vacancy shall occur in membership of the appointed multiple member board, the remaining members shall forthwith give written notice of such vacancy to the appointing authority, and written notice was given June, I think it was 16th, but it could be a day or two either way. I checked that with Mary. Our assistant town manager, for lack of a better word, if at the expiration of 30 days following delivery of such written notice to the appointing authority, said appointing authority has not appointed some person to fill the vacancy, the remaining members of the multiple member board shall fill such vacancy for the remainder of the unexpired term by a majority vote of the remaining members. So that's from our charter. That again is section 7-8, so it actually trumps bylaws, etc. So we do have the right to appoint. Mr. Leo, but if the board has another will, and you've expressed yours, I don't know how you feel in that.
I don't have any problem with it at all.
What, with
The
what?
gentleman wants to be on the board, should welcome people that want to come forward
Okay, very good.
and do their civic duty.
Yes, now the Board of Selectmen meet next Monday, but my question is, like tonight, we have 3 people here. If for some reason the Board of Selectmen does not meet next Monday, at our next meeting, if we need his assistance, we don't have it, so.
Can we appoint him?
With him going to the Board, would you have any problem going to the Board of Selectmen's meeting next Monday?
No, I've already, Nicole already mentioned the possibility, so
Yeah,
I
well-
cleared my calendar for doing exactly that.
Okay,
So
very
there's no
good.
problem with that.
Okay, how about if we vote tonight, if I get a nomination to appoint him to the board, we appoint him to the board, but he does not actually enact that appointment, which he can't till Monday because the town clerk's office is closed Wednesday and Thursday, and then he'll go to the Board of Selectmen, and if they appoint him, then they will give the
Why not just recommend the gentleman?
because if for some, the reason I say that is because if for some reason the Board of Selectmen does not meet, then he is in limbo till they meet again. So,
I don't know if the board meets Monday or not, I don't know.
Yes, they're meeting the.
they're meeting Monday, and actually, you know, what I just want to do is cover our butts, make sure that if he wants to, if he's still breathing, that,
Fine, I'll sign a recommendation for the gentleman.
okay. Would you like to make a motion to appoint him or just recommend it?
Make the motion to appoint him with your recommendation of the board of Selectmen.
Okay, sure, that sounds good. I'll second that motion. So he's recommending him, he's appointing him, but wants the, recommendation of the Board of Selectmen.
It's not a recommendation, a vote of the Board of Selectmen, how's that?
What's that?
A vote of the Board of Selectmen, not a recommendation, a vote of the Board. No, vote becomes a
Okay,
matter of
very
the
good.
minutes.
Yeah.
So, That's next Monday's meeting.
At the next Monday's meeting.
Okay, very good. So if they don't meet, then he can actually take the position and
Get sworn in.
get sworn in. But if they meet, then you go there. I can't imagine not recommending you since they recommended you to the town manager selection committee.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. That's the motion, seconded. So the motion is to appoint him, but let him go to Monday's meeting and let the selectmen appoint him. So he's appointed by both of us. How's that sound?
I'll vote for that.
Okay, very good. All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, very good. And the chair votes aye. So if you can figure that one out, you're more than welcome.
I think I can make it work.
Okay, very good. Now, Tom, if you'd like to, you're more than welcome to sit up here at the table and get a feel for
Okay.
it. You don't have to be voting rights or anything, but at least you'll see what happens from this. And if it scares the hell out of you, then you can run.
The horse still, I
Okay, very good.
Join the crowd here.
Join the cloud here. Where would you like to sit?
I think I'll just sit in the middle here where there's an empty
Well,
chair.
there's some paperwork so you can look at it.
Already?
Okay, very good. Oh, we have an alternate. No, it's not. Just had to, Tom and I are on the town manager selection committee.
So far, we've been having fun doing that, so I thought another opportunity to be together with Guy would be a good thing.
Yeah. You're hallucinating, but I'm gonna go with that. Okay, now, next on the agenda is letter of support request for complete streets grant, but,
So Brian couldn't be here tonight because he's at a water conference in Vermont. But he tells me the Complete Streets grant for FY '24 will include Jackson Ave, will include sidewalks on the corner of Central to at least Pearl Drive, with also the addition of a bus stop at Ipswich. Currently, there's not one. And then also the sidewalks that he's putting in will touch the bike path, the potential new bike path. So that's the grant he's looking to write for
Now,
FY
what did
'24.
what did you say in regards to the new bike path and,
The sidewalks will touch upon the new bike path, so they'll be right by the new bike path.
okay, very good, on the Lincoln Ave end, or?
I'm not quite sure.
Jackson, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think, yeah.
Okay, very good, and, he has a letter,
I have a letter here that I'll have you sign after the meeting.
okay, if we
Whether or
approve.
not the planning board is in support of him writing the FY '24 Complete Streets grant.
Do you have any questions?
I have a statement.
Okay, very
I've been
good.
involved in this 2 or 3 years ago, and this was the biggest thing, is Jackson Avenue. The whole idea was to have sidewalks for the kids to get to school. We get Central Street on the other end. However, try to find a sidewalk on Jackson Avenue, if you can. It's about that wide, and there's grass all over it. And it's also for the elderly people to be able to get downtown.
Good point, yeah.
So we must have an answer.
Do you have any comments, Mr. Gould?
Well, it would have been nice with all this brand new Central Street if this board had seen the plan. And we did not. Nobody on Central Street had a damn thing to say about it. Not a soul.
About what, though?
About this new construction project out here and so on and so forth. No, and this is in line basically with the same plan. They're gonna come in and they're gonna put in what they want, not what the town wants. Nobody up there is gonna have anything to say about it. Not a soul had anything to say about Central Street. Not a soul. And I asked a half a dozen people. And it's not free money. It's coming out of your pockets and so on and so forth. I don't have a problem with this. The town can use anything that they can get, but just to have a contractor come in here, tear the place up, and start asking questions, we can't give you any answers. Well, nobody can give you any answers about Central Street because they never came to the town hall. You want something by your house up on School Street? Well, I have anything to say about it? I don't think so. I don't, and neither does Les. I'm not 100% against this thing, but I think, you need to take a look.
Well, I'm for it, but yes,
I'm just gonna ask, is this gonna be done by the state, or is this by Brian getting a contractor to come in and do it?
I believe this is a state grant.
State grant?
It's a state grant, and I mean, I understand if you go to the town of Greenfield, you see Central Street over there just like this, exactly like that. That's fine. But, do you have anything to say about it, going by your front door?
no, most people don't when it comes to a state grant. They put a sidewalk in front of my house and I had nothing to say about it. And that's,
That's not exactly true either, but anyway,
it is
that's
true,
not a point of,
but,
not a
I'll
point
let
of,
you have it.
I don't have a problem supporting the idea of making this application. But down the road, Bert is gonna ask basically what it looks like. And I think we have a right to see what's happening to our town and our property.
Okay, very good. So you said down the road, you'd like them to come in and let us know what they're doing before they do it.
Want to bet?
That's what you just,
No.
I know, that's right, but they're not gonna.
well, they will if we
They're not
ask them.
gonna.
Or Brian will.
Look at people, the people on Central Street, the businesses on Central Street. Now tell me, did they benefit from this or what?
From what,
Did
Central
Public
Street?
Works benefit basically from granite curbs? No. You're gonna tear up more snowplows and you should stay there. They had nothing to say about it. That's how it was gonna be. So, I don't have a problem with going, asking for, for the grant and so on and so forth. And we'll get it because this is election year and it's politics, it is. But I think I'd like to see what's gonna happen, especially over the air switch.
Let's have it, let's go for the
Letter?
letter to go with the recommendation that when it's getting ready, nitty gritty, we get to see the plans of what's going on.
Sounds good to me. How's that sound to you, Mr. Booth?
Say that again?
What it is, we'll vote for the letter asking for the money with the caveat that if it is approved, we are showing the plans. The residents are showing the plans before they
There's
do
no
it.
such a thing as a caveat, you know that.
Well,
Figure of speech, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying.
yeah,
I have no problem signing the application for the matter to apply for the money. I kind of really like to see what they're gonna do. And everybody else is here should too.
yeah, that's what you just said.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay, and I will, second. Okay, you understand what it is now, Bert, that, we are.
Yeah, that's just it. That's why I'm saying what I am. I do understand.
Okay, very good. So all in favor of the letter? Aye?
Aye.
I-
The chair votes aye. Unanimous, so we'll sign it after the meeting.
Perfect.
Okay, very good.
Unanimous with some reservations.
That's Jackson Ave, the corner of Central to at least Pearl Drive. And,
Bus stop intersection.
yeah. And we'll touch touch the bike path and the bus stop at Ipswich. So that's basically what it is, Jackson Avenue and a little bit of Lincoln Avenue.
Yeah. very good,
Okay,
very good.
did I call a vote?
We all said, we said
Oh,
yes.
yeah, okay, very good. I've got nothing on Mitch McConnell. Okay, next item. Public hearing is our next item. That is the public hearing for Winchendon Solar LLC, up located on Baldwinsville Road. And they asked us to continue it to 10/3/23. So what I would like is a motion to continue the hearing to 10/3/23.
Why?
Because I had to drill more test holes out there to test groundwater. Yeah, and it's just a matter of getting equipment out there
I'll
and
make the motion.
getting a contractor.
Okay, do you have any questions on this one, Mr. Gould?
This is this one is to be continued till the 3rd of October. I'll agree to that.
Okay, I got a second from Mr. Gould. All in favor?
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Okay, that continues. Murdoch, 0 Murdoch Gas Solar. That is a continued hearing, and they would like to continue it to 10/17. Now, I just have to note that the public hearing continued up to 10/3/23. If you could just do your motion so that it gives a time certain of 6:05. Because I forgot to put the time certain in there.
Which one, on it?
Yeah,
First one?
yes.
Okay, that's fine.
For a time of 6:05, the motion would be Mr. Gould, second that with the change, and I'll change to 60, just put the words 6:05 in there. Because we have to continue a hearing to a time certain.
Okay.
Okay, very good. All in favor of that change?
Aye.
Chair votes aye.
Lady in the back, Mr. Chairman.
I just had a question. Were you just, continuing the 256 Murdoch Avenue
We will be,
petition
We haven't done that.
to what date again?
that will be,
Same.
to 10/17 meeting.
10/17?
Well, it actually is put here, continue to 10/7, but it's supposed to be 10/17.
10/7, so we're not gonna hear that
It's
until.
10/17.
Yes.
At 6:05.
One of the reasons for both of those is, the Concom, continued their hearing. And we don't want to vote on this till the Conservation Commission, has their say in it. We want them to have the first say because that's probably the most important part of these items here.
Okay.
Thank you. Can you state your name, just for the record?
Jessica Brewer at 363 School Street.
Okay, thank you.
Question.
Yes, Mr. Gould?
I can assume that all of the abutters of record are going to receive notification that the change in this date and so on and so forth.
I've notified the Murdoch Ave abutters, yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I have the original one for tonight.
okay, and you did get, okay,
Yes,
all
we're
right,
here.
that's fine.
Now it's continued, and I'll get another one. Thank you.
I will not send out another one because this is going to officially continue to the 17th.
Okay, yep, I got the date right here.
Thank you.
After the conservation makes the vote next year.
Well,
Yeah, there's their determination.
Determination. But I think we should get some kind of notification from them saying that this is what they did.
Yeah, we can do that.
Since,
Yeah, determination and conservation. Yeah,
since Nicole's the secretary,
I can give you guys one, I'll send you
yes,
guys that.
Mr. Gould?
as long as I've sat here on the board, never seen a letter from the Conservation Commission. I guess they don't write, or whatever. As a matter of fact, we've never seen a meeting, a matter of record of any of their votes. So here on out, I'm not gonna support anything unless I see a report from the Conservation Commission. It's in the law. And there's no reason why that you can't have one.
Absolutely. Do you think the secretary for the Conservation Commission could send a letter?
I think she can.
I think so. Okay, very good. Okay, thank you. Okay, very good. Next item is 0 Nordic Avenue. That is a continued hearing, but as again, for the reason I stated that the Conservation Commission has continued their hearing. We would like to continue this hearing to 10/17 meeting, and hopefully Conservation Commission, when is Conservation Commission?
Conservation Commission's meeting on the 12th, October 12th.
On October 12th, so you should have something to us within at least a few days of the meeting.
Yes, yep.
Okay, very good.
I'll make a motion to continue that hearing to 10/17 at 6:05 PM.
Okay, very good. Do I have a second, Mr. Gould? For that to continue until 10/17?
Provided we have in writing from Conservation what they saw up there. I mean, after all, they wanna put the stuff in a pond, so they ought to at least say something.
Okay, very good. So you'll second the motion?
Yeah,
With the cut?
I'll second the motion with the following cliche. All of the stuff you got, from the secretary who did a good job, all the plans, you need to take a look at it. They're 6 months old. They were all drawn in March.
I imagine that's what the Conservation Commission is doing.
Huh?
That's, I imagine what the Conservation Commission is doing, looking at all the plans, all the water, everything, so,
Gee, they're not looking at much because there's no elevations on there, there's no footage, there's no this. And I guess a few of others, very late getting notified.
no, we can't, I mean, that's their,
Wait till they get in here.
okay, very good. I mean, they're not coming here, we'll just get a report on whether they approved it or didn't approve it. And we actually will get notice if they didn't approve it, then we don't have a hearing. The hearing is over if they don't approve it.
Guy, that should, a letter from them on every one of these things, approve or disapprove, has never got in here on any project that I said, you know this and so did Les. So hey, let's
Yeah.
go.
Okay.
Hey, Chief, who?
All in favor of continuing the hearing to the 17th?
Aye.
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 Okay. Next one is 256 Monarch Avenue.
Same thing. Continue it to 10/17 at 6:05 with the letter from the Conservation Commission.
Okay, with a notice from Conservation Commission on their actions.
Same status, same status.
Okay, very good.
Okay, I'll vote for this.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye. Okay, very good. Oh, everybody's over here. Okay. Next item is discussion, site plan approval, Weber. The, okay, we don't have,
Mr. Chair, so we have Ben Olson from Asher Construction, who's the current owner of the property. And then we have Matt Nolan, who is a potential buyer of the property. So if you both don't mind.
would you come up, sign in, please? And let us know what you're doing, and we will have board asking questions and possibly audience members. Okay. Very good.
Okay, Chairman, board members, staff, thank you for your time. I'm Ben Olson of Asher Construction, for those who don't know me. So we have a site plan approval on Weller Street for 3 houses, and under condition approvals, A, approval for the site plan is granted to the named applicant, which is Asher Construction. So Matt from Nolan Builders from Westminster, a reputable builder, is planning to acquire the property and then to build it out. The same site plan, the plans that are approved already, to build it out, the same houses that we have building permits for and all permits for. He plans to build it out just as I was planning to do it, as a plan state. So just looking to transfer the applicant to Nolan Builders Incorporated. Nolan Builders Incorporated instead of Asher Construction.
Okay, very good.
Which one are we going, 3 houses
3 houses,
facing?
Yes.
Facing,
High Street, High and Weller.
Yeah, basically, this is the plan that we approved
Yeah,
back in 2020. I think at our, if I'm not mistaken, our February 16th meeting on 2022, excuse me.
22.
yeah.
22, correct. Now, what are your plans if we decide to turn this over to you?
Just build it out, same way that Ben was going to do, and same plan you guys approved.
Yes, actually, this site plan approval expires in, let's see, which is, it would be,
2 years, right?
this would expire in February 28th, 2024. You have to have it built out by then, or come back to the board.
Okay.
So when do you plan to start this
I
project?
believe we closed, or tentative close date was gonna be in 30 days, and we're gonna get right to it.
You're going to get right to it as far as,
Yes, sir, yeah. I just see there's ledge up there, I noticed, so there's foundation walls are pounded in. I'm also gonna get the utilities off the road before November 15th, and plug away and keep busy for the winter.
okay, so you think you'll be doing construction during the winter?
Absolutely.
Do you think you'll be completed by February 28th?
Probably not.
Now, but
Let's be realistic.
Yeah, exactly.
so you know you're going to have to come back to us.
Yes.
To have it continued by the 28th.
Okay.
And I got to tell you, if I don't see any work there, I'm not going to continue it.
Yeah, no, 100%.
You know, in my own.
Yep.
And I know some of the residents, or a lot of the residents are, you know, chomping at the bit,
Yep.
you know, for other reasons. So,
You won't be the only one.
yeah. Okay, do we have any questions from any board members?
Absolutely.
Go for it, Mr. Gould.
What if you could tell me, I voted against this the first time. So convince me why I should vote for it this time.
Me or Ben?
Well, yeah, you're just voting to change the name, the applicant's name to another builder, so, but you're not voting to approve the plan.
I certainly have
That makes sense?
nothing personally against these gentlemen, but, you know, water runs downhill. And that's what you got up there, downhill. On High Street, which is, since this plan has been, was approved, has all been resurfaced. And I'm sure the contours of drainage, changed. They do every single time when you hard top. The street below it basically has all been hard top, the contours have changed. You know, I just simply feel that you're not going to be able to manage water like we've had the last several weeks around here. You know, and if you go up there, I'm sure that you have, on a good rainy day, the water just runs down High Street 2 or 3 inches and so on and so forth. It's all gonna head down to the pond, so nobody ever really paid attention to it. Now, so, you know, you tell me basically how you're gonna drain that project, and it's gonna get worse after you put the lawns in, the driveways in, and everything else.
Right now, all the water is contained and stays on the property. Doesn't even run off onto high or well, maybe a little bit on the edges, but all the water on the property stays on. And
There's
the
some.
plan is designed as a detention pond, and Ty and Bond has approved the plans for water retention and stormwater. They've designed and approved all that, and that's what they do. So, the water will be taken care of on
Mr.
site.
Chairman, do we have anything from conservation on this?
Not since the last time we reported,
Well,
which is back in 22, if I'm not mistaken.
perhaps we could
No.
ask the planning department to see if we could get a copy of their decision and their discussion.
Mr.
Copy of the
Chairman,
minutes.
this was not applicable to conservation.
What's that?
This is not applicable to conservation. There are no
No,
wetlands
no
within their
wetlands.
jurisdiction.
You just heard from our agent. This is not applicable to conservation. Conservation did not.
Drainage is not applicable?
No, well, not for, not for wetlands.
There's no wetlands within this jurisdiction, and, if I may, I'm sorry. There's no wetlands in this jurisdiction, but the stormwater was engineered by GRAS, and it was designed, and it will be, managed by GRAS throughout the project. So,
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Any kind of a pond basically is wetlands.
correct, it is water, but
Okay,
it has,
fine.
it's not within the
If you're
conservation.
gonna have any type of retention,
That's where Ty and Bond comes in to manage the project along with the.
okay, can I get some copies of that decision, like Ty and Bond and so forth? I don't recall that.
They're in your packet,
Huh?
they're in your packet when I handed out
Yeah.
both Gene Christie's comments and Paul Grass's comments, together.
Okay, well, we're looking for it. I have another question. In regards to the bond, there's a $20,000 bond on it.
Yeah.
Uh,
I have
will-
it. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Will that be continuing under you, or will we be pulling a new bond?
I would assume it would have to
Frank,
come over to me.
either come to him and probably transfer. The bond will be transferred into his name or how they.
Okay, very good. That will be done if we approve the sale.
Yeah.
That will be done before. That will be one of the
Correct.
things that you have to prove, Nicole.
Yeah, correct.
Okay, and,
Fire department approved.
Fire department, this is not applicable to the fire department. It was when there was condos being proposed or the shared driveway.
yeah, no special permit
No
now,
special permit.
since it was the 3 houses. Because of that other driveway.
It still does the same thing, okay?
Yeah.
They gotta have to fight this, any one of these houses, it's a fire, you gotta have to fight it from high school. There's just no way that you're gonna get your driveway. You can't get a truck, I mean, unless you make that driveway 3 times the size, you know, these trucks are gonna hit you. And their biggest complaint about that was they wouldn't shoot over the wires.
Fire department.
Yeah, Mr. Gould.
What did Public Works say? They're the ones who have to put up with the problem.
Public Works, Brian, after you were at the meeting then, Brian just had a few concerns about some trees being cut down on the corner of Weller and High for the culverts and for the paving. And then,
When we're taking out.
so the trees are already gone, the trees were marked at the last meeting, they were removed. So Brian can do the paving, do all the drainage work. And then also the driveways on High Street, number 49 and number 51 High, are going to drain off in an angle that's to drain on the lawns and not onto the street. So that'll cut down on the amount of water, well, not if we get 20 inches of rain in July, but that'll cut down on the amount of water that does go down High Street. Because of the way driveways are pitched, they will drain more towards the lawn and not down the street.
So what you're telling me, with the 3 new houses, the lawns, the driveways, the water coming off to the gutters and so forth, and everything on Weller Street, as well as on top, all are gonna come down into a drainage system, and there's gonna be no problem.
We can't predict that.
Well, okay, where's the water gonna go?
You have any comments?
But just per the plans of what Ty and Bond and Graz designed. They have, there's a detention pond at the top, and there's a couple, there's one here. Yeah, and a catch basin down here, for this water going this way, you know, from these driveways. So they've all designed and already approved it.
But the water from Weller Street goes out into High Street now.
From Weller, on Weller, true.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that whole side isn't even being, other than just a driveway entrance, just a driveway entrance here that's cutting, this whole side is remaining as is. And Weller, existing.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome.
Nice.
Unless.
Yeah, well, the big hill behind you, where you built the house up on the hill, you got that hill that comes down. What are you gonna do for that?
That's it.
Stop that thing from sliding down.
Well, it's just gonna, get, graded off at the slope that's on the plan here. And then it'll just get rolled and seeded.
I'm just saying this because they just built the retaining wall down in Boston today, last night, because of the rain, you know. They spent $1 million on the wall. It's worthless. I'm just worried about that hill sliding down, hitting in these houses, you gotta be a foot of mud.
Yeah. I mean, it hasn't,
It hasn't now. I'm saying that's why I got very few concerns about it, but there's certain things that kind of,
Yeah, that's better than loam it, seed it.
because that water, there's a drain that comes out of that hill, right? There's a pipe that comes right out of that hill.
is what?
There's a pipe, a drain pipe that comes out of that hill.
I'm not aware of one.
When I was up there looking at it, there was a pipe that was coming out of the hill, and I thought it was more of a drain from their cellar on the top. Maybe I'm wrong.
No, maybe up in,
It's not a very big pipe, you know, it's like,
yeah, it might be it might be from this house up here, it might be fruity rain.
I mean, just,
But that's, yeah.
I mean, that all can be taken care of. I'm not saying it can't be taken care of. I've seen a lot of construction.
That's right, yeah, fruity rain is not a long wall that comes out of fruity rain. Yeah, it could be up in here.
I don't have any problems.
Okay. Once I have some other questions from the board, I'll ask the public if they have any questions.
Lady right here.
Yes, if you'd like to, please come up.
Paula, you can come up and sit next to me. I'll just ask that you sign. Matt, can I know your plan?
Yes, just state your name.
Paula Cannon. Well, until I get there.
Okay.
The eyes were dilated today, so I'm still
Oh,
in the
there you go.
file.
Paula Cannon, correct?
Paula Cannon, yes.
Okay, but I was just plotting on, those don't work, because we're putting a new system in.
Oh, okay, sure.
So,
Last 5 years.
Okay, so my concerns are basically, what I continue to be concerned about when we bought the house, my son and I, the construction site was there, we just assumed, we were told that they were gonna, I think it was August they were gonna start working, we bought it in April, so that was 21. So in the meantime, my concern was erosion because our backyard, after they seeded it, it eroded away, obviously, down the hill, so we thought, well, this doesn't look too good, you know, it looks like there's a problem there. Well, Mr. Asher, I always call him Ben, my daughter calls you Mr. Asher. Replaced the seed and fixed the backyard, so we have a nice backyard and we have a beautiful front yard. We have a wall that holds up the dirt, I call it, along the driveway. I have real concerns about that because a lot of the stonework is missing. And I don't have the money to replace that, and neither does my son right now. So I'm concerned about that. I'd like that to be repaired. I really would. I mean, I've waited, what, 2 years now, you know, to get that property cleared up. You know, I can't see anything. It's bugs and moles and all kinds of animals living in these mounds of dirt. And I just want it all done. I'm so tired of it all.
Well, that's why we'd like to get this project going so that
Yeah.
you can sleep assured when it's all
I mean,
done.
if I like had, God forbid, if I had to sell a property like tomorrow, you know, the price would definitely be a lot lower than it should be. It's a beautiful home. It's got beautiful views. You know, every workman that I have come there, they go, oh my God, you don't get this kind of view in Leominster. That's where I used to live.
Right.
Beautiful.
So, Ben, do you have any comments about that wall? Is that a wall that you originally put in, or?
No, that wall is existing, it's on page 2 of your plan. And if, you can see on the left side of the plan, there's a wall and part of the garage and the turnaround. That's Paula's house, but that wall is existing.
Wasn't there something about the existing wall going down Wallace Street, stuff that was supposed to be fixed?
But just where the driveway entrances that go in, the wall will be taken out and then it will just be blended in on each side of the driveway.
Yeah.
Here, this head on that wall, some rocks out here, so just blended into the driveway and down.
I'm not trying to get picky, I'm just trying
No,
to.
I understand, yes, as I remember, you,
Yeah.
part of it was
the
that
wall
you would make
going
sure that
down,
wall is,
you know, where we take it out will just be blended in, you know. So this wall that Paul is talking about is up top, and it was existing. We didn't do any work there. We put our turnaround in by the wall, but the turnaround's a little bit off the wall, and we weren't planning to do anything there with that wall.
Is the wall gonna stay?
Right?
Is the wall gonna stay?
Well, I haven't looked at it, and
There's,
I probably even haven't looked at it in the duration of that I own the property.
I have a
You
question.
know, it's a wall out, and, you know,
The wall was put up a number of years ago when there was a building up on the top,
building
a sanitarium, and so forth. This was way back in the 20s and the 30s. I did a little bit of research. And then there was the restaurant.
yeah, there's different uses of the property and stuff.
The wall was put up
And
to keep the water and the earth off of High Street.
yeah, probably from going down.
Can I ask you a question? Can you help this lady out? I mean, you're there.
I'm willing to go look at it and see, you know, what it takes or what it, you know.
You're gonna be there doing some work, and I know it's not happening, it's not here, you know.
Yeah, no, I'm willing
Is it
to.
just stones that have fallen off? It's
Yeah, just stones.
It's
it's
stone wall,
these
right?
big granite chunks.
Mhm.
You know,
Some of them have come right out. I don't know why.
Are they still there?
I just over.
No, we haven't been able to move anything. I mean, we're talking huge.
So the chunks are still there, so this is.
I mean, we couldn't neighborly
I haven't
think to help,
counted them.
help the lady out, you know, if you could.
Maybe 10 or 20, you know?
and you will be removing
Yeah,
some of the stones to make your driveways for what I'll call House 2 and House 3, the High Street houses.
Yeah, the high street houses, but not this stone wall.
No,
This is
but I
separate.
mean, we'll have stones.
Oh,
That's what I'm
stones,
saying,
yeah.
if you don't-
Well, the stones would probably be there from when the wall was
Right.
originally built.
So,
So
yeah,
I'm willing to look at that wall and see, I mean, I don't
Take
think,
a look. We
I don't
gotta
know what
get
it
the
takes,
there.
you know, to rebuild the whole thing, but whatever, I'm willing to take a look at it and,
It's really not
Put it
that
back
long, yeah.
yeah,
I mean, if you
It
can
runs
help.
from the Norwegian spruce
Yeah.
down to,
yep.
then there's an area where you can walk, or you can walk from that property area where the turnaround is. If you walk down towards Leller, right next to the circle,
Yeah.
you can walk down and be on the other side, or you used to be able, for all the dirt and the weeds
The
and
weeds,
trees and,
trees and
I
grass.
mean, yeah, it was that kind of a nice effect. Walk down there, you know, there were flowers.
Mr. Gould,
May I inquire when this work is gonna start?
As soon as I can get a building permit.
We have a building permit, as soon as you,
Yeah,
yeah,
if you get
as
it.
soon as you close on the
Yeah,
property.
You gotta call for the property first.
Correct.
There we
Building
go.
permit, yeah, we-
Yeah, my main concern is getting utilities off of the
Right.
road first,
Yeah.
going on Route 15, and then,
We need the utilities.
correct,
Yeah.
right.
Everything is okay.
The building permits are,
Okay.
all permits are, I don't know that, but, all permits are out and building permits are out too.
If you could meet with this,
So it's just.
this lady and take up
What's that?
her problem up there.
Yeah.
Yes, we know,
Yep.
be very helpful.
Thank you.
actually, Paula, he'll be back in front of us in February. I can assume unless this is a speedy builder.
There was one house, maybe I could pull it off, but
Yeah.
Yeah, so they'll be looking for a
not
continuation.
this, so yeah.
And hopefully by then, the grading will be done.
Yeah,
Lawn.
right.
Yeah, the grading, and I think, I'm hoping, and that's why we're here now, that another builder, nothing personal, you Ben, but will have the time and the motivation to put this into high gear.
So it needs to be done.
So he's not gonna build now?
He's building probably in 3 weeks. If you
Yeah.
start about 3
Yeah,
weeks,
as soon as it
you hope to
closes.
close by the end of the month,
Correct.
as I understand it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so as soon as he closes,
Got a building permit?
he's got a building permit.
Get it
From the building?
Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah, three of them.
What did Public Works say?
They're good.
They're all set.
This is all set.
Yeah, I spoke with Brian as well about just getting the water and sewer off, and it's just,
Yeah.
no worries.
Yeah, Brian has worked with this gentleman before on other
All
projects.
the betterments,
Yeah,
and
he's-
Yeah, just completed a house this year on Vine Street, 25th Street.
And he had some issues, and Brian said they were taken care of
Yep.
expeditiously.
Who said so?
Brian, not that word.
And
Would
to,
you want that? Look at the picture.
It just comes out.
the Board of Health also oversaw the project and the building commissioner as well, and any issues that there were out at that property, Matt took care of them and without any issue.
Yeah.
So,
Did-
and this is Matt's first time me meeting him and him working in town here and building that house, and there were definitely challenges with drainage out there. You wanna call it challenges, I think.
Yeah, not in the town.
But, yeah, and, he took care of things right away. as they
Town was easy
arose.
enough to work with too,
Yeah.
which was good, so.
I'd like to ask the lady, tell me what you think.
I'm happy to have something done with that property because, well, number one, this spring and summer, on top of everything, there were small children playing in there, walking on the rocks and whatnot. It was a very dangerous area. I mean, little children think, the mother wasn't there, but I'm hearing for my take on it, but there should never have been little 5 or 6-year-olds playing in a construction site.
So you're satisfied, basically, up there as a neighbor?
I'm satisfied what?
You're satisfied up there, basically, that this particular project is not gonna bother you people at all?
Oh, it's gonna be noisy and dusty and whatnot, I'm sure.
Well, I'm talking about water,
The water,
yeah.
well, we don't have a water problem because it all goes
Yeah,
out.
you don't have no concern, she's up.
Yeah,
Water goes downhill. Top of the hill.
as long as the gutters at the bottom of Weller stay clear, which they don't because there's a lot of leaves and.
As Paula has expressed to me,
I actually go down there with my
She's
little
just
leaves
happy.
sometimes and-
she'll be very happy to get
You're
her.
telling me public works is okay
We
with
were
all
just
this?
cleaning them
Yes.
out, the town cleans them out.
The fire department?
Yeah.
Pretty well, they
No, I
did
just
approve.
moved it.
Yeah, you did did the fire department, talk in on this when we approved it
I
previously?
don't believe Tom had any comments, Chief Smith. had-
Okay, he had, but didn't he, wasn't he sent a letter, if you have any comments, send it back? Isn't that
Probably
part
at
of
some
the
point,
procedure?
yeah, through everything, through
The
all the
fire
different
department?
changes, yeah.
Yeah, we met with them
Yeah.
several times.
Yeah, on the other projects, on the other buildings.
Yeah, we're on the shared driveway and then on the. country.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we had, we
Yeah.
talked about it on this approved
Yeah.
plan,
But
yeah.
this is just 3 single-family homes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so I just want to comment a few things here. This will be subject to, if the board votes to approve the transfer. Well, one other question, these new plans, not new plans, but the latest plans that I saw here are dated,
We had them from February 10th, back when Jean made her comments. But you sent me plans dated 4/6, right? 4/6.
and they had the A and R changes on them. 4/6 plans is what I was trying to get to.
Yeah. no,
The what?
The plans dated 4/6 of 23, is it?
4/6 and 22.
These are
4/13 rather, 4/13.
4/13, 22.
Mhm.
Okay, so that had the A and R changes on it.
Correct, yeah.
Okay, so that was the only,
Yeah.
besides George's comments, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Because I know we had I was talking about the A and R on 329, so the lot lines have been
Yeah.
changed accordingly. And then this would be, if we approved it, the transfer, with the peer review comments from 2/8, from Jean and Graz commented that those are part of the approval.
Yeah, all their comments were put on the plan.
Okay, very good, but I just want to make sure
Yeah,
that.
they should be all put on the
Okay,
plan.
and if for some reason there is, you know those are the comments and the things that need to be done.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, let's see, and,
And Mr. Chair, if I may request the new buyer, Matt, come
Yes.
before the planning board prior to February, just in case we have storms and
Yeah.
can't have a
Yep.
planning board meeting.
Yep.
So maybe start in the beginning of January, requesting a planning board meeting when he knows his timeline of construction. That way,
what's that, I'm sorry, please.
I'm just requesting that he start early and not come to the planning board in February, come to the planning board in
Oh,
January.
in regards to
case
that,
of
you know,
inclement weather
yeah.
and planning board meetings that, are not had for various reasons.
Yeah, and once they lapse,
Mhm.
they lapse,
Mhm.
and there's no backdating
Yeah.
type
100%.
or,
That's how.
and if you go one day, you have to start all over. So, yeah, come ahead of time and ask for a, whatever, hopefully it'd be just months or two extension.
Yep.
And we got the $20,000 figured out.
Yes.
And,
Those are good to me. Mhm.
Any other action? Yes, Mr. Gould.
$20,000, no, nothing but a roll of tape.
Well, if he doesn't do it as of February 22nd, it's enough money to stabilize the bank and put a bulldozer in there and just have a
No,
nice
it's
field.
not.
What?
No, it's not.
Well,
$20,000 will get a bulldozer up there, that's just about
yeah.
it. Come on.
Now,
All right, now,
what's that?
all of the abutters, previously were notified that this meeting was gonna be held tonight.
No, because it's not a meeting, it's a discussion.
Pardon?
So it's not a meeting, it's a discussion. So what happened was Ben reached out to me 2 weeks ago, I think. Ben reached out to me and said, I'm gonna start construction on Weller, can you give me an abutters list? So I gave him the 300-foot abutters list, just like we do for planning board hearings. And he went around and notified the abutters, and I'm sure what came to your house,
Yes.
and you had a discussion. And then shortly thereafter, Matt came to him and said, I wanna buy the property, and that's why we're here. And we just happened to have a planning board meeting tonight, so here we are.
So the abutters were made aware of this meeting.
The abutters were not made aware of this meeting.
And this meeting only has to do with
This meeting
the
has to do with the
sale of
transfer.
the property.
Transfer.
Sale.
This is-
Transfer.
Sale.
Yes, we're not
Wait a
approving
minute,
anything.
We're
We're just
somebody
changing
just got
it.
through telling me that if this is approved tonight, he's gonna start in 3 weeks.
Yeah,
Mhm.
because
Okay.
he'll own the property.
Fine.
So we have.
Why weren't the abutters notified?
Why should they be?
Why should they be? It has it
No,
it should be
Bert, you
done.
tell me why they should be notified for a transfer or sale.
Why shouldn't they be?
Because it doesn't change anything. It just changes the owner of the property.
Well, I know, but the.
It doesn't change the plans, it doesn't
No,
change
no,
anything.
No.
Okay, that's yours.
I certainly disagree with that. If it happened next to you, you know, you'd right to the Pope. So, you know, don't
You
tell me
don't,
anything.
you're babbling again,
No,
Bert.
I'm not babbling it.
Yes,
I
you
feel
are.
I was told basically that everybody was notified. I don't think this is
Who
fair.
told you that?
Huh?
Who told you that?
I
told me-
I did not tell you that Weller was notified. I told you that I notified the abutters of Murdoch Ave.
I asked you basically about the abundance list of all of these things and so forth.
I did not notify Baldwinville Road Solar because we have been continuing hearings now for months. I did notify Murdoch Ave because we have not been continuing the hearings, so I did a courtesy mailing. And you can speak to Mrs. Brewer if you need to see it, and I can provide it to you as well, that I did a courtesy notification of all the abutters for 0 Murdoch and 256 Murdoch to let them know the meeting was this evening. And I also notified Mr. O'Connor of the Housing Authority when I did see him, when I attended a meeting with him, that the hearing would not be today, that the hearing would
I'm
be
aware of
continued
that.
to the
That I'm aware
17th.
of. But I'm talking about this. So nobody up on High Street that's in a butter knew about this meeting.
And I have one question. Now, regardless if Ben built or if Matt built, the properties are still being developed. So it doesn't, I mean, the bottom line is there's still 3 homes being constructed on that property, so it was not a public hearing. This is simply a courtesy, which Ben did extend the abutters, and he went to them personally, correct? Went to them personally.
Not all of them.
Not all, whoever was home, yeah. And told them, this is what I am going to be doing, just to notify them that really he did not have to do that, but because he has the right to build. And with Matt buying the property, you know, there are still properties that are going to be constructed, so this was not a public hearing notice. This was simply a transfer of ownership for the right to do what was already approved.
Okay.
Transfer the site plan.
Yes.
Have the abutters been notified of the transfer?
The abutters have not been notified of the transfer. I would take the abutters notification of the transfer to be when it gets published in the real estate transfers in the paper. I don't see where, Mrs. Cannon has always been in communication with me, either via email or phone call, so she's always been aware of what has been going on, whether it's nothing or something. Yeah.
Correct.
I
So,
think this is going to impact on Montes.
like I said, I know the first time I met Matt was when he built on Vine Street, and it's been nothing but pleasant with dealing with the construction of a very challenging home, both with the drainage out there and just different items that came up even on the building inspections. He rectified them right away, he made good on it. The drainage was a real challenge up there, given the construction in the neighborhood, so, like I said, I have full confidence that, judging by our previous dealings with Matt and our first dealings with Matt, that he'll do right by Weller. That's my opinion.
Okay, anything else?
I have nothing.
Yes.
I don't know.
The motion would be to approve the transfer of the site plan approval from Ben Olson to,
From Asher.
from Asher, I'm sorry,
Sorry, my bad.
Asher Construction to Nolan Construction.
No,
All
Okay.
right.
I got a quick question. If the transfer does go through, is there gonna be any appeal period for the transfership, or is it just happens right away? Okay.
No, we're just approving that, this piece of paper right here can be transferred over to you with the questions we have about it.
Yep.
That's all, basically, one line here was changed in this.
Yes.
You're gonna start when?
As soon as I own it. That's why I just asked if there was an appeal period.
No, there's no appeal period on this, it's just,
So let's say November 1st we start. Let's put it that way. It's good.
Oh, yeah. When we closing?
October, September 29th.
Yeah, so October.
Yeah,
October.
So he's closing next Friday.
oh,
but it would be started at least by June.
Oh, right, yes, yeah,
Yeah.
so, yeah. There'll be,
Just
second week in October, there'll be some action going on there.
No problem.
okay, I have the motion, I'll second it. Any more discussion?
Well, I'm aware basically of the situation up there. I'm also aware of the amount of money that was involved up there and so forth. I get the bank retracement and paid particular interest when the transfers were made up there originally and so on and so forth. That being said, I'm reluctantly going to support this thing, but somehow I think you're going to run into some problems. I really do.
Oh, I
You know,
know,
and
I
that's
know.
not to say, you know, you come well recommended, you do. You know, I'm going to tell you this right to your face. I've never met you in my life.
Me
But
neither.
you do come well recommended and so forth. But I think this is going to be the experience of your life.
Oh, I know. I know they're not gem lots as we call them, but it's honestly, it's just stuff to, small houses, that you can get them done in a fair amount of time, and, just the site work's gonna be,
It's
challenging.
going to be done by winter.
Yeah. If I had one, like I said, I could probably pull it off, but 3,
Okay, but there's no guarantee you're going to build 3. You're going to build 1.
oh, we can put all 3. There's no money, there's no money in going over there and building one. Your money is to go in there, you can do all 3, done. You can't complete one and come back and pick away at it, so it's all or nothing, and I get full confidence in myself to pull it
I'm
off.
going to take you at your word.
I appreciate it.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, we have a motion, I second it. You have more questions?
Matt, I don't know you either.
Yep.
But I've heard good things about you, that was okay. And the other thing is, I'll be there to watch it.
Oh, that's all good, yeah.
So Les will leave my office in the morning and he'll come visit you.
You have the right to get one.
Right,
I
exactly, yeah.
have to go there anytime, I know, but I mean, I won't be up there.
Oh, yeah.
I've been,
Like I said, is there any
I'm
problem?
watching that like a hawk anyways.
Yep.
And feel free to check in with the building department too, to, see the progress as well as drive by and
Yep.
everything, that's
So,
fine.
anyways, okay, that's my motion, I'll make it, seconded.
I seconded it, so I just asked for any more questions before the vote.
No.
Okay, very good, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
And the chair votes aye, so we have approved it, the transfer of the site plan approval.
And now,
Okay.
Yes,
but-
Mr.
Brown.
Oh, yeah, no, my current's got you.
Yeah, I think if I were to do anything on that, let me know.
I don't think we're going to be issues on that.
I know Brian is all set.
Brian's not talking about it.
Yes,
Well, on the Balderville project and on the family manner, those butters are going to be re-notified when this comes back up again.
They are.
What would be your pleasure?
Well, the two that we postponed here tonight,
Yeah,
Baldenville and the abutters are gonna be notified.
I can bring out the others if that's the plan.
One
Board's wish.
I think this is only fair.
Same house.
Okay, consider it.
Yeah, it's the board's will.
Okay. I will notify the abutters of Baldwinville Road Solar, 256 Murdoch, 0 Murdoch.
And we're gonna get a volume of paperwork from conservation.
Oh, you'll probably get one page, but you'll get the
Well,
information
but the
you
body,
need.
I mean, this is gonna be a first.
It's just stuff that's falling off.
Those guys don't write any letters.
We'll write you a letter, Bert.
Okay,
We'll even drop it off at your house.
I'm gonna be here with bated breath.
Okay. All right,
Oh,
so I believe that concludes our meeting. Mr. Quintero, motion to adjourn?
do I have a motion, or you guys want to adjourn? I'll second it. All in favor?
Motion to adjourn,
What's the motion?
to
To
adjourn.
adjourn. Yes. Favorite motion.
So adjourn at 7:14.
At 7:14, the meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
What-